welcome back to my channel. So lovely to have you here again with me. It's Angela again today with another exciting envelope project. We are revisiting number 3 and I really like how this one's come out, so very excited to share it with you all today. If you're new to my channel, a very warm welcome. I'm very grateful to have each and every one of you here. And I couldn't do this without you. I know I say that a lot, but I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for all your support and kind wishes, and I hope you guys all feel inspired watching these. Okay, so back in our reference journal again today. So what have we done? We've done our envelope 1. I will have the playlist down in the description box for you to below if you want to catch up on anything. We did do envelope 2 over there, and I have stuck envelope 3 because it went with my pink edging, so I thought, okay, I'll stick it in there. So I'm going to just take this out here quickly, and I'm going to put this over to the side, and then I can share with you what I've done here. So if you remember, this is a different version of envelope 3. I've changed a couple of things, totally different kit, but I am loving the way this has come out. So just want to pull that out of there. That's just my tag that I've got some details on. Now the kit I've used for this is one of my all-time favorites. Again, it's in my top 3. So this is my chapter 1 Shabby Pink Floral kit, and I'll put the link in the description box below. And I just love the colors here. I've done something a little bit different. I've tried to do some layering and a couple of things which I'm going to show you how to do today. So yeah, I'm quite happy with how this has gone about. Just to give you a little recap here, it's the chapter 1 Shabby Pink Floral kit. I have used my this page from the kit, so there we go, that's the page I've used, this one here. So we'll use that. I have used one of these which comes from my tea, avo and lace backing pages, the tea stained digital pages, the avo digital, and this is a digital. I love to use this for backing because it's lovely in ivory and beautiful embroidery. It's an antique tablecloth that I have, and of course you know, you can write on top of it, so I love backing my tags with this as well. So there you go. I have used 160 GSM paper here, or if you're in the US that would be 60-pound weight, I think. All right, so that's what I've done there. So those are the 2 pages we're going to use. And then just a few other things. I have used a couple of my fussy cuts here and on the back. I'll show you in a minute. The envelope I'm using, we need one of these envelopes with a flap. I've used one like this. This is a 4.5 by 6.5 inch, or 11 centimeters by 16.5. I think 16.2 to be precise. Okay, so that's the envelope size. Of course, guys, you can make up an envelope to the size if you don't have one, or take one that you have and cut it down. All right, this fits really nicely on this page, as you can see here. It would be perfect on a page like this, which is in the UK we call this an A5, so it's like an A4 divided in half. All right, so I really love that. Yeah, I've just labeled it with the little labels at the top here, and we'll have a look at this in a minute. What else do I need to tell you? Yes, you need a glassine bag. So I've got a glassine bag here, which will I also trim down to about 6 inches by 4.5. All right, so I will be trimming this down. This is 6.5 by 4.5. All right, it fits really a little bit too big here, but I'll show you what I do. You can see it fits pretty well on there. Okay, so again, you can adapt. The other thing you'll need is a little tea bag, or if you don't have a tea bag, you can make a little pocket. This is just a little tea bag thing that I had that's made out of like interfacing, it feels like. But you can just make a little pocket out of paper. The measurements for this pocket are 2 3/4 inches by 3.5 inches, or 7 by 9. Okay, and then so there's that. So I've done that. Then the words, I've used words like that. That's just my typewriter font. And then the tags, these tags, the ones that go in here, they're all from the chapter 1 Shabby pink floral kit, which I love. All right, so that's everything that you're going to need for this one. And I've just used one of the leftover tags from that kit, which has all the information on. I just like to keep it in here so that I know exactly what it is that I am going to be using when I look at this. All right, so I've used bits of lace. I'll show you how to do the bow. And let's get to it, guys. Right, so I'll put that to the side over there. Now let me show you here. So I've got this little tea bag on the front here, which I've layered up. I've used one of my little doilies, which I've made smaller, and I am going to put a digital together for you guys to see how I adjust sizes of my printables. All right, so I'll do that. I've got a little Tim Holtz die cut over here that I got from Teresa. Thank you, Teresa. And I do have the Sizzix dies for these. I'll put the link, and it is in the Amazon favorites list if you want to have a look. I've got a butterfly which came from Pinterest. I've got one of my little pearly goodies, and then I've used some of that doily paper that's I showed you earlier, the lace backing page. I've used it on the back, but I've also used it over here. All right, so got the little doily sticking out, which was adding to my layering, which I really quite liked. And then on the little the little strings, I've just added a rose quartz bead and a little pearl, just to give it some prettiness. And I've put a little tag in the back, which comes from the chapter 1 kit there. So I've just put that in there. Got some lace at the top there, a little bit of some more lace that I've cut out, and put a little butterfly on there like that. All right, and then here I've laid up, I'll show you how I do that. I've put one of my flowers in there because it was a bit stark on that side, and we've got the other flowers all peeping through, which really looks like a spring meadow, and I was loving that. And then I have a little card, sorry, that this is also from the same kit, and I've just backed that onto recycled card as well, and that just goes in there like that. Right, so that's the front of the envelope. At the top we've got a little glassine bag underneath here, which has enabled us to have a little pocket. So I've put this little seam binding bow on there with one of these big eyelets, which you can find on my Amazon favorites if you're interested, and then one of these beautiful tags which I've enlarged, and that just slides into the back here, which gives me another little pocket, which I quite liked. Okay, and then if you the way I would attach this in my journal, so let's just take a page. Here's a page, very dark, not one I'd use, but it just does use the purpose. I would stick that flap down there. I would possibly put another page over the top of that. Let's just find something, so we can just take this. So I would then put something else, cut it a bit smaller and stick that down, and then I would have this like a flip out like that. Okay, and you can write on the back there as well. And there's just another one of my flowers, and that's this page here. Okay guys, so let's go and get making, because this would make a beautiful addition to the inside of your journal, but this would make a fantastic cover for one of your journals as well. And it is nice and slim, as you can see. So if you were going to use it as a cover, you wouldn't have to decorate the back. But also lovely for Happy Mail. It's not very thick at all, so it would do the job, but it will look beautiful in your journals as well. All right, so I think I've actually got one of my journals here. So if I just put this to the side and undo this is my own personal journal. And if I just open it up over here for you, I did actually see, there we go. Here's another example that I've done, the exact same envelope example, all the details there, and sometimes I put beads on. And again, this is with a calico collage kit. and that's how I've attached it on the page, if you can see. All right, so lots of ways to do that, and I even put some doilies on here, which was a bad move, but you know, we live and learn. Some more beads. Okay, so that just shows you how you can incorporate that into one of your journals. Okay, right, so let's put that to the side and get cracking on what we're going to do. Now the first thing we want to do is I want to sort out this bag. So let's put the little tea bag aside. Now what I noticed was I need a pencil, my scissors. I need to cut this down a bit lower, but I don't want to just cut that off. I want to reinforce these edges. So what I did was I moved this up a little bit, and then I made these little marks over here, which you're not going to see. But what it enabled me to do is I just slit this to the marks. Because I'm very mindful of the fact that you know, this is delicate paper and can easily tear, so I didn't want to just cut that off. So what I've learned, having made quite a few of these now, that it's best just to fold this over and stick it down, and that way you reinforce the edge. So just run that over that way, like that, and do the same on this side. Okay, just like that. We can just press that down. Okay, now we've got a much thicker edge over there, which is great. And now that's going to fit perfectly over there. Now it's slightly too wide, so I'm going to show you what I'm going to do there in a minute. What I like to do is just to find the top. So the top's over here, and this flap needs to be on this side. You can do it that way, it just depends which way you want it to flap open. I'm going to do it this way, and then what I'm going to do is just want to fold this over so it's not going to peep through my paper. So it's just a case of, let's do it this way. I just gauged it. This will be based on the bag that you've got. All right, so just trying to make things work. Again, if you don't have a glassine bag, you could just make a paper pocket yourself. All right, so there we go, like that. Okay, now we've got that at the top, which is good to know, and this is on the left, which is good to know. So I just want to make sure that I don't get it wrong. All right, so I want to just stick that down close to the top there. So we want it quite close to the top over there, and the rest of it I'm not worried about. Okay, as long as my tag can fit in there. So I'm going to just put my thumb in there like that, and then I'm going to just stick this down. This is going to give us a perfect hiding place for that tag, which is just awesome. Go, so we'll take it like that, and we'll just be mindful of the top edge like this. Move it over just a little bit. Okay, right, that's just going to give you a hidey pocket there now. That's going to be perfect for your tag, and now we can build everything up on top of that. Okay, there we go. Right, love that, and I love the sound of it too. Right, now what we want to do now is I have taken this sheet, as I told you, over here, this one from Shabby Pink Florals, and I've cut a piece out just over here. All right, so that's where I've cut it from. We will be cutting out that hydrangea, I fussy cut mine over there because it's going to be part of our layering system in a minute. Okay, so that's the piece and where I took it from. So this is going to go just like this and fit right over the top there. Okay, so this bag's incognito. Now I'm going to just do a little bit of dusting here. Well, distressing. I don't know why I keep saying dusting. So excited, it's nearly the weekend. Oh, it's just had a heavy week. The weeks are heavy, but I am excited to say that the weekend's in sight and the weather's improving, so That's always great. My bulbs are flowering, so, but the tree's still the same, so that's not good, but we'll get there. I hope that you guys are all well and that you've started to see signs of spring, or if you're in the southern hemisphere, sorry, that you've started to see signs of autumn, because I'm sure that it does get really hot down there. Right, so we've still got this on the left. Of course, as I said, make sure, and we want to stick this down. But before I do that, well, let's just take a little bit of a sliver off the edge of this envelope, because we're going to put our other tag in there. So that's going to just come off there, just a little bit like that. All right, and just going to make sure that that's still, you know, not too clean looking. Yeah, I keep checking, because you know I have made that mistake before. All right, so we're going to stick this on the top like that. So let's get that done. Okay, so I've had some fabulous comments from you all, and I have seen that everybody wants me to revisit the digitals. I'm going to try my best to get both a Microsoft version and a Mac version, because I do use a Mac, but I will be borrowing my daughter's normal Microsoft computer, just to make sure I can give everybody the right options, because I do resize my digitals a lot, and I have even done so here. So I just want to share that with everyone so that you maximize the benefits of using your digitals as well. All right, so we've got that all done. That's stuck down. I've managed to keep it on the right side, and now at the back here we've got a pocket, look. All right, and we've got a pocket on the inside in there. Okay, and they're not the same pockets. We just want to put a little bit more glue on the edge there. I'll just stick that down. Okay, right, so while that is drying, what I want to do is we're going to start and make the little pocket in the front. So let's just put that to the side for the moment, and then we're going to bring in one of these. Now, as I said, if you don't have one of these, you can just take 2 pieces of paper, fold them up like that are the right size, that come out at this size here, which I said to you I think was 2 3/4 and 3.5 inches. Okay, so that's what you can do, and then you can just sew around the 2 sides like that, and you'll have the same kind of a thing. You won't have strings, but you could always stick those on underneath, you know, cross there and do that. You can mock this up, that's what I'm saying. I'm only using these because I bought it for a project, and I thought, what else can I do with these? And that's why I'm using them. Okay, so don't be limited by things that you don't have. Rather look at ways that you can compromise, that's the word. Okay, so we are looking here. Now I've got a couple of bits here. The first is I've cut out a little piece of paper that's going to cover that there. I've cut out one of these little tags, and I've chopped the bottom off. This was a proper tag. I've chopped the bottom off here just to fit this area, because I like that. And then what I've done is I've taken one of my doilies, and I have chopped the rest of it off on both sides, and I also reduced this because usually it's double the size. Okay, so I will cover how you do that. I printed 2 of these to a page. All right, so along with the pink one that was with it. So I've reduced that, and I'll show you guys how to do that in the coming weeks if you don't know. So I've printed, there were 2 doilies on the page, and I've printed 2 lots of them on 1 page so that it's half the size. Okay, so I like that because it just gives that little bit. If you look over here, it's just slightly lifted. and it's just giving us that little bit of dimension and a little bit of layering along with the others. Okay, so we're going to put this at the bottom just like that, and I'm going to have it so I've cut it just to the size of the pocket, and I've just got it peeking over there like that. Right, so I'm going to stick that one on first. Now what I've got this here for is because if we're not careful, the glue is going to come through this. This is where probably a paper pocket would have been better, and we are going to struggle. So I stick this in here. Maybe this one's a bit wide. I'm sure it will work. Let's try and get that in there. When it all fails, just bend the paper. Alright, so we've got that in there, and this is just so that it's not going to stick the whole pocket together. Alright, so that's the reason I'm doing this, and it'll be easier to pull this out. We'll have to wiggle it, but it'll work. Alright, so we're going to stick this over there like that. So we'll just want these slightly peeking over from the edge. So I'm going to just stick that down, and I don't want to put too much glue on here. Okay, not too much. I just want to stick that over there like that. Line it up with the top and the bottom, and there we go. So we've got that one down. Then we're going to take another little piece. It's just slightly bigger than the edges of this here. I'm going to just do this ever so quickly. Okay, so I've got this bit, and I've just distressed the edges there, and now we want to just stick this, not going over the edge there, like that. Okay, so let's just make sure that this, it might be a little long, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim this down a bit like that. Don't want it to be too long. Let's just try it. That's better. Okay, like that. And then we are going to stick that on there, and then we're going to end up sticking that on there. But what I want to do first is I'm going to sew that a bit. So I'm just going to do this ever so quickly. I want to stick that other one on here, so just mocking this up. Now I didn't have this quite straight, I had it sort of angled at the top there, just slightly angled, so it's slightly off center, and I'm going to just put a little bit of glue in the middle of this one like that. Okay, and then just have this sort of off center, as I said, just slightly like that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is, before I put it on here, is just sew around the edge of this taggy bit, and then I'll end up sticking that over the top there like that. Alright, so I'll meet you back here in a minute. Okay guys, so you can see I've just done a quick stitch around there like that, and now I'm going to just line this up with the top, and I'm going to just stick that down like that. And again, not too much with the glue, because we don't want to overdo it. But of course you've got the paper in the way now, so you know, it won't be, you've got this paper lining it now, so not too bad. But just get it sort of matched up with the top edge there, so those edges are matched like that. Okay, so I'm happy with that. All right, now we can be brave, and this is where, take the bone folder and just make sure that you loosen that all before you pull this out. Okay, just bend it, it's probably easier. Oh, there it comes away. This is really tight in there. Did I pull that up now too much? Just want to stick that on the edges, because this bit's a bit come loose, but that will be perfect now. Okay, right, So there we've got our little pocket done. I have put 2 beads on there, so 1 on each side, and I've just knotted it. So that's all I've done. Okay, might need that later, we'll see. Now what I did here was I had just a little label, and I didn't want that on there. I wanted it to say beautiful, so find a word to go in there again. So there's beautiful. So I'm just cutting this out like that. All right, and then I just distress that ever so slightly. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that over there. That is a Tracy Fox label, I think. You know, and it sort of makes it look a bit pink, so that would look perfectly fine. Or you could stick that over the top there if you want. So I quite like that, so that's why I did it. All right, so you know, you can make your own labels. So there we go. Right, so we just stick that down. Just want to grip it there, and then move it across like that. There we go, perfect. And then we'll just stick that down. So how have you guys been this week? Have you been crafting? What have you been up to? I'd love to see. There we go. And then of course I've got a little butterfly somewhere. Here it is. This comes from Pinterest. I get that question a lot. I'm going to have my own butterflies hopefully soon. Then I will send you to a one-stop place for that. So we just put that all together there, a little bit on the body. There we go. And then we can just stick that just across like that, I think. A little bit down. Okay. And then we'll put on our little pearl in a minute as well. So let's get this glue. This glue's a lot better for sticking on the pearls. The 3-in-1 in my sugar bell here. I love my sugar bell. And we'll just put some of that on the body. Okay, and then we can just take our little pearl and stick it down on there. Right, so coming along beautifully. Let's let that dry for a minute. Okay, so we've got this over here. If you're wanting to, I wouldn't do it now, but if you wanted to, you could have stitched along the top of this before you stuck it down, but I didn't, and I'm quite happy with that. Right, now I want to do some more layering here. What I did was I have pulled out one of this flower from my digital, which I've used over there. I'm going to stick that over there like that. And then I told you, you can see here on this half, I cut this hydrangea out from there, you can see. So I've just fussy cut that out. I'm going to turn it around and I've sort of made a straight bit there, more or less. All right. So I'm going to put this onto the corner there, and I'm going to just position this with like that over there. Okay, so I'm going to stick that down, and you can see the layers are starting to come together, and I'm loving that. So I'm just checking where I need to be here. So I'm going to just put this on. All right, so I want to just stick it just over here, and it's just a few of the green bits that are going to stick out like that. I think I wanted it. Just move that a little bit over. Don't want that to extend further, so we'll go like that. So that looks great. Yeah, stick all those bits down. Just wipe this glue off here. All right, and now I've got the little hydrangea bit, which I'm going to stick over the edge like that. Okay, So we've got that. You can move it a bit higher if you want. So I'm going to stick that down over there. Right, now we're ready to stick this bit on. Don't extend beyond the edge there with that top corner, if you can help it. And bring this down a bit so that you can see the flowers coming through there. All right, the little pink ones. So we're going to stick that over there. So again, you want to be very mindful of the amount of glue you put on here, and don't go beyond the bit that's not going to be stuck down. Concentrate on the edges here. Now I'm going to just twist that, and I want to just get it below those little flowers. So I'm getting it like that. Okay. Right, now I can easily just see where I need to just put some more glue, and then I can just press that down. Okay, no glue there, that's great. Okay, so there we've got that bit going on. All right, it's all set down now, and now we're close to the end, guys, not too far now. So what I did was, I've got a little bit of lace. Now I'm not going to use this glue, I prefer to use the Fabri-Tac for any sort of lacy bits, and I'm going to end up putting that there with a little bit of a lacy bit and a little butterfly as well. So that's what we're going to put across there. So just a case of, use your Fabri-Tac. It's a great glue for lace. Can't go wrong with that at all. All right, so we'll just put that to the side and get that stuck down. I don't want to get this skew, so I do want to just check what I'm doing, as you do. Right, there we go, and I can press it like this now. There we go, that's better. My dog is at the door. Can you just Adam and Eve it? Right. Okay, now I've got this little bit, and I was going to just put that over there like that. So again, we'll just put some bits on the bottom here like that. Get it all over. Can't go wrong with the Fabri-Tac or the 3-in-1. Really, for this it's great. And then we can just stick that on the corner there like that. Let's move it over. Oops, that bit came undone. Easily solved. Okay, that's better. I must have put very little on, or the eyesight's waning. The eyesight's waning. I thought it must have gone on, but it didn't. Okay, that's better, much better. There we go. I like that. Okay. And then, of course, we just want to put on the little butterfly as well. So we'll just put some glue on there, and then I'll let Abby in the door. Okay, so we'll just put our little butterfly nesting in that little section like that. All right, so I'm going to give that a little dry quickly, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, everyone, so I'm back, and you can see that everything's lovely and set beautifully now. It's now looking great. I'm loving that, all these pinks and layers and flowers, and is really pretty. So I'm happy with that. So what I want to do now is I want to put on the backing bit quickly. So just going to turn that over like that. And if you open it up, that would be the right way. And then I've just cut out a piece of that backing paper, because I just love that. And I'm going to stick that just on the back there, because perfect place to write if you wanted to write behind the envelope. And then we're just going to stick this down really quickly. Just be mindful of this. If you've got a dip there, don't put any glue on that section. So I'm going to have it like this, so I need to just remind myself there. So we'll do that, and then we'll stick this down. Okay, so we've got that done, and then all I did was I just stuck a little rose on the back. So again, beautiful soft peach pinky colors, and I thought that went perfectly. Just wanted a little bit of decoration on the back there. Okay, so I'll just stick this at the side here, so there's still plenty room to write and it still looks pretty. So I'm loving that. And then I've just taken one of these little labels. I think this is a Tracy Fox one. I'm not 100% sure because I've got so many. So just do that there, and then just put some glue on there like that. And then I'm going to just put this across there like that, just to give it some interest. And one other thing that I've forgotten is the little flower that goes on the front here. So oh, there we go. I thought what was catching on there. Okay, so I've just got this little Tim Holtz flower. You can find those dies all on my Amazon favorites. They're all the numbers and the actual products. So right, so then this just goes over there. It sort of just blends those in. Okay, so we're on the home straight now. You'll be glad to know. All we need to do is put in our tags, and then we are ready to go. So let's start with the ones at the top here. So we've got this little pocket over here with a tea bag goodie. So we're going to slide that one in here just like that. So that's going to slide in there. And then I've used this one, which is really a mini version of this, but I just love that architectural feature. Isn't it pretty? That one is going to just slide into this here like that. So there we've got that second one, and that can just move up a bit. And then the last one is this big one over here. So this is a tag that I've enlarged. It was the same as the other smaller tags, but I'll show you, as I said, this is enlarged to be much bigger. So it's probably 2.5 times the size, and I needed that because I needed a big tag to go into the back here. And the way that I've just done this is just a double bow. All right, so if I show you how I did that, I took 28 inches and I folded it in half. All right, so 28 inches, I'll have to work out what that is in centimeters. I've pulled it through here and just tied a thing like that, and I've got both pieces like that. Then you just make a bow like normal. All right, so just like normal, pull that through nice and tight, and then it's just easy because you just separate these bits out. Now you've got the loop, an extra loop from halving the bow, halving the ribbon in two, and then you've got the two ends on that side and the two bits over here as well, and I just pull them apart like that, and there you have it. So you've got these two over here, and you've got these ones over here, and if you fiddle with it enough, like you know I like fiddling, then you can arrange the loops how you want them, and then just pull them where you want them. Okay, so these two can go like that, and these two can go like that, and there you have it. You've got 5 little loops. Right, and then just cut the edges of the ribbon to make it nice and clean, because I like it nice and clean. All right, so there we go. That's how you go about doing that. All right, and I'll probably faff with it even more, but not now. Okay, so then this slides in between into your glassine bag that's hiding behind there like that. All right, how does that look? And that wasn't hard, was it? You can do it. Go on. Right, so there's the one I made previously. And here's the one that I've just made now with you. I hope you've enjoyed that and you've had lots of fun. You can go and put number 3 away in your reference journal, or go and make some for a cover that you want to make for a journal. It will look spectacular. There's so many different kits, so many different colors and themes you can use this for. Happy mail, cards, you know, it's endless. Okay guys, until I just want to say thank you as always. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. It's wonderful to get to know all of you and for you to be part of my YouTube community. So thank you guys so much. I'm looking forward to our next video. I'm going to give you a little sneaky peek here. Been working on this little baby, which is a bit of a journal. I'm not going to show you too much, but it's not just a little journal. I've got a little extra bit that peeks out over here, so I've shown you, and you can see I'm busy working on it still. So come and join me and we will have a little look at this, and maybe you want to do this as a project with me. Okay, so thank you guys so much, and until next time, bye bye.